welcome to Chris's Rambling Reviews number 5. Apparently it's been 3 months since I've done one of these, according to YouTube. I have a huge to-read pile. Hands up who doesn't have a to-read pile. Put your hand down, you're lying, you're totally lying. Everyone has a to-read pile. And yes, I'm trying not to add more to it. I'm trying to work my way through it. There is a book in here that I've sat on for I don't know, maybe a year and a half, something like that. So, and some of these are from ones, in fact, 1, 2, 3 of these are ones that Mike sent me. So, I'm sorry Mike, it's taken so long, but I'm getting there. It's just a case of sometimes I need to be in the mood to read, and yesterday I read all of these. In fact, yeah, right. So, I'll go from number 5 to number 1, and I don't do the best of reviews, so that's why it's a rambling review. So number 5 is Fury, done by Garth Ennis. This has boobs in it. Yeah, hence why it's explicit content. I just didn't enjoy this at all. It seemed to go to and fro, you know, like they were in the middle of a war zone, then they weren't, then they were, then they weren't, and it was just very, the art of it's very different, but I just didn't, it was one of those ones that was more of a chore to get through. In fact, this one and the next one were a bit of a chore to get through, and the other ones were just, it was really hard to decide which one. So, Nick Fury, obviously, we all know from the Marvel movies and stuff. Whereas he's in like a dinner at the start of it, and he meets somebody, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'd like to see, you know, what you have there." And he goes over and says that you know that their supplies are low. This is low. That's low, and it's just, I don't know what it was. It's just, it wasn't really what I was expecting, I suppose. But yeah, it's just, it was okay. It wasn't great, and as I say, it was a chore to get through. It was one of those ones that, you know, the way whenever you read a book and it's not really grabbing your attention, you kind of want to stop halfway through. I kind of find that with this book. So the next one, and I'm sorry Mike, is this, Green Lantern Rebirth. I know a bit about the Marvel Universe. I know sweet nothing about the DC Universe, and I know absolutely zero, apart from there's a Green Lantern movie and Ryan Reynolds was in it and says by part of Grayskull. That's about my knowledge of Green Lantern. I had no idea that there was like about 5 of these dudes. I know there's Hal Jordan. That's about it. I did remember one of these earlier on. Well, anyway, so one of these has got like possessed and is kind of, you know, doing bad things, and then these other Green Lantern, I'm really like, this is probably one of Mike's favourite books, and I'm sorry Mike, but it was, the other characters being there kind of helped, but again, there was characters that I didn't know, like Zatanna or whatever. I've seen people cosplay as her and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know whether it's a case of because I didn't know anything about these characters and stuff, that it kind of led to, well, you know, obviously having like Oliver Queen and things in it, and like Batman, obviously I know of them, and Superman as well, but I don't know, it's just, it was, because there was that many of the different Green Lanterns, obviously there it is, like of the Flash and stuff, but it was one that I just kind of got through and it's like, oh right, okay, but yeah, I wanted to give it a try because it's Mike's favourite superhero, and I'm sorry Mike, but it was kind of like, whew. If I had a Green Lantern like origin story about how the Green Lantern became the Green Lantern, then, you know, that would be fine, but yeah, I kind of struggled with that one. So next one is one that Mike had sent me originally and I absolutely adore, which is Chew, which is to do with Tony Cho, sorry, or Chew, whatever way you want to pronounce it. Is basically, he eats and he's able to see what happened, you know, like, so if he's at a meal here and they say like, oh, this is such and such, and he eats it and goes, that's not that, that's alligator, which was bred in such and such. but it's just such a funny comic. It's just really well done, and it's one of those ones that, this was actually one that I bought to read on the way home from Star Wars Celebration, and because we were delayed for so long, I was just really, really ratty and didn't really want to read it. So I kind of read it yesterday and thoroughly enjoyed it. So it obviously just carries on from the other two, and about his partner and stuff that kind of he argues with, but you know, it's kind of one of those like Lethal Weapon, they get on well, but they have like the odd argument here and there. But I just really love the art in it and stuff. It's really, really neat, and it's just one of those stories that's really easy to follow, and obviously I've read the previous two, so I really, really enjoyed that. So the next one is Ghostbusters Volume 1. So this is one that I've sat on for a good while. So this kind of follows on from Ghostbusters 2. Walter Peck's in it, Janine's in it. The art in it is wonderful. As you can see here, well, let's see if I can find the one with Walter Peck. There's a bear. Yeah, so you can see there's Walter Peck, Janine, and there's the Ghostbusters there. But basically Ray is having dreams about, but the dreams are really weird because John Belushi, isn't that the one he died? The one that he did Blues Brothers with, and he was going to be in Ghostbusters instead of Bill Murray. He is basically like talking to him in his dreams, and Ray gets kidnapped through Ecto-1, and basically there's this ghost saying that you're going to rewrite history and you're not going to think of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, you're going to think of something else because that's how you defeated Gozer. And basically it doesn't happen, and at the end obviously there's marshmallow that goes everywhere, and obviously Walter Peck, being what he is in the film, you know, saying that, you know, firefighters and policemen, they all have rules and regulations, you should have too. And Peter just says, like, we're in hell, aren't we? But it's just, again, a really fun read. Slimer makes an appearance in it, but again, I just love the art and just the way it's worded and stuff. It's just really, really good. Like there was one here, a line here. To take my appointment tonight, Marlene says she could do things with a golf ball that, hey man, I don't want to hear that. With her mind, Mr. Gutterbrain, where are we going? So, you know, it's got the humour there of Ghostbusters, so I really, really enjoyed that. Number 1 is one that I really didn't expect to like at all. I've tried the TV show and I didn't really care for it, which is Alias, Jessica Jones. This was so good. I really enjoyed this. This was a nice surprise, you know, whenever you don't think you're going to like something and you end up really enjoying it. So basically Jessica Jones has been hired to find this woman's sister who has basically disappeared. Every time she phones the number's disconnected. She went around to her house, she doesn't live there anymore, she's moved away. So Jessica Jones, you know, kind of being the private investigator, tries to find her, and she does find her, and she finds her with a guy, and the guy looks at his phone, says I'll be back soon, and goes out, and she's like obviously taking photos or video surveillance or something, and it turns out to be Captain America. So she has a videotape, that's how old this is, a videotape of Captain America, you know, like Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, because he used to be part of the Avengers, and there's obviously a lot of stuff being told about that. And you see like Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers, isn't it? Her and Jessica Jones are good friends. Luke Cage is in it as well. But it's a really, really good book, and you know, I just really, really enjoyed it. So if I had to recommend a book that you haven't read, would be Jessica Jones' Alias, which collects Alias 1 to 9, written by Michael Bendis and illustrated by Michael Gaydos. But yes, the art in it is very simplistic, but it works well. At no point did I look at the art and go, oh, that's horrible. I didn't really do that with any of these books, to be honest with you. Well, maybe Nick Fury a bit more than others. But yes, so they are my rambling reviews, which I've actually went on for 10 minutes. I'm actually surprised I went on that long. So yes, I'm going to try and not make it such a big gap. So thanks Mike for sending these books. 2 books I bought myself. This is not a sponsored Mike Lacey video, which 9 times out of 10 they seem to almost be. But yes, also if you haven't already, make sure to check out Comic Trips on Patreon. Those guys are just awesome. Some of the best YouTube content that I've ever watched, personally speaking. Again, not a sponsored video. But yes, I'll leave a link down below to the Patreon thing. You can donate, even if you want to only donate 1 month or donate a couple of months, or, you know, like, just keep it going until they've finished doing their Patreon. Please make sure to do that, and you get some cool rewards as well. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.